Hey guys, it's Ben the Coin Geek at Old Pueblo Coin, and today we're gonna have some fun doing something that's like coin roll hunting. It's paper roll hunting. I don't even know what you call it, but I want to talk about some notes that I got back from PMG that I sent in for grading that were notes that I had sitting in my counter, marked at just a little bit over face value, and I decided, you know what, I think these notes are really pretty spectacular. So let's dig into the details here and look at how they graded the notes and what the value is currently, and how and where and why you can do something like this yourself if you care to take the time and effort. Let's take a closer look, of course, at $100 bills. I mean, that's always fun, right? These are the type of thing that you can go to your bank and get lucky sometimes if you ask for stacks of money or old bills, if they get them in, if you have a relationship with your banker. Sometimes, I don't mean like an illicit affair, guys. I just mean like if you know the person there, you can go ahead and ask them if they have any older currency or hold it for them or what have you. And I know a lot of guys who still do something like this, especially if they're in a smaller town, but occasionally you can get a good local bank and someone will help you out there. And occasionally, I mean, I got customers that they work with mostly the larger banks, and they get good results still, just because of the relationships that they've built. So, you know, it's not that old of a note, relatively speaking, 1981. About half of you remember 1981, the other half don't. That's okay. I think that's when everyone was kung fu fighting. I could be wrong about that, but PMG graded this note EPQ 66. EPQ stands for exceptional paper quality. And you know, these newer holders, they've got the QR code that you can scan, and they'll pop up information about the note that you have. So kind of the same technology that they're using over at NGC currently. Let's see how many of these notes we had together and what the surprises held are here. So we've got number 33, number 34, 35, 36, 37, and 38. Of course, I realize that's an expensive pull here, as we've got you know, just a face value of $600. But I think I had these notes marked at about $150 each. Maybe it was, no, it was less than that. It was only, boy, I'm thinking of a different group I had. So anyways, don't get me thinking too hard. But here's the weird thing about the grading results. So the very weird thing about the grading results here, let's talk about pop reports and things like that. And let's talk about one of these things that doesn't belong here. Tell me now, can you guess which one? I'll be honest, I took a look at this note and to try to figure out exactly what it was that was making this note a 58 instead of a 66. And there's a part of me that still thinks that they just, like, it's a typo. Like, this is the note. I've never had a note that I've gotten right back and said, I think I need to call them. But since I'm scared to talk to people on the phone, I'm not going to call them. But I actually am not going to do anything with it because I don't want to have to worry about spending the time and money to get it back into a new holder. And so that's part of the whole concept behind coin roll hunting or paper stack sorting or whatever it is. You know, when you're going through this stuff, you got to be able to find stuff that's worth a premium for you, you know, if you get it certified. And these notes are. I mean, so crazy thing about this little group here is that for this particular note, the population on 67s is 3. Well, I've got 2 of them there. So, and that's the top of the pop. So, and if you go down in population, you've got the 66s. They have 12 listed in 66. So one of the ways you can learn more about these books, of course, is these notes is always with a good book. So this book here is the Friedberg book, and it's good to know about this book here because, there's the name there, Friedberg, because if you have interest in learning more, this book has everything, including this number that you saw on the notes up here, this identification, the FR Friedberg number 2170H. Well, it's a little bit like putting a typeset together. You can go ahead and buy different notes and different types, or you can do a date set. So you can see here series 1969C, 1974, 77, 81, 81A, well, that's what we have here, the 81A. And then you saw it was an H. Well, what does that mean? So A is for Boston, B is for New York, C is for Philadelphia, D is for Cleveland. I bet that's not the alphabet you learned, but as a numismatist, it's a whole different thing. So the H note is St. Louis, 12,800,000 produced, but who knows exactly how many of those are actually still around. Also, the book will show you that there were some star notes made for San Francisco that year, but very, very few, and that's the only note that they show star notes on. So you can see how even modern star notes can be really rare. Just when you start flipping through this book, you learn the different issues that are really popular and the different issues that are very scarce and harder to get. So on these notes, of course, here comes, there's all kinds of different issues that I run into, which is like, do I sell these notes on their own? The 66s are worth, $250 each roughly. The 67s, the only 67s that have really sold were not actually the same note, right? They weren't the 2170Hs. They weren't 2170s at all. They're mostly 2169s, the 1981s, not the 1981As. And they're selling for north of $300 to $400. Now, here's how evil and despicable humans are. So when you take notes like these and you sell them individually, and there's the guy who goes ahead and he buys like the one note in the middle and messes up with your date run, your serial number run, and then tries to charge you extra to get it back. I've seen it happen. I'm just saying, it's a thing. So as of this filming, I just got these back. I'm not sure if I'm just going to price them individually. Probably I'll just put them up individually because you know what? I've tried selling things in groups before and it doesn't work too well. Occasionally you can find the guy who's going to be able to put down the money. But also here's like 6 cool notes that 6 different people can enjoy and collect versus just sending them off to one guy who's going to have oodles of money to collect them. So anyways, guys, happy trails, happy coin roll hunting, happy paper money hunting. Go through those stacks of bills, whether they're $1 bills or $100 bills, whatever they may be. Good luck finding some cool stuff. And thanks for watching. I've been the Coin Geek. You can subscribe by clicking on the owl button in the corner and watch more videos on the right side of the screen. Thanks.